All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and happy Tuesday. This is Dee and Velton. I'm here with the fabulous Janet A. Johnson, who is the creator of Business Strategy Summit. We are here to talk about why you, as a business owner, need to come and join us and learn from this fabulous array of speakers. Janet, thank you so much for being here, and happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday to you as well. Glad to be here, and I'm excited about this Business Strategy Summit that's coming up in 6 days.
Yes. November 14th and 15th, 2023. We're about to have a phenomenal opportunity. We are missing one other person. Hopefully he'll join us on the live, or you know what? Here's the thing. The show must go on. So we must go live, and we must get this done. But here's the thing. I'm excited because I'm actually one of the speakers there, and I'm going to be talking about 5 tips to collect the cash. And I know we've been talking about why, as business owners, it's so important to track your sales, track your invoices, and most important, my favorite line is, the sale is not complete until the money's actually in the bank. So y'all have to make sure you show up and learn how to track your payments, track your sales, track your invoices. Janet, please tell us why you created the Business Strategy Summit, and then tell the people why they need to invest in themselves. That same question you asked me, why they need to invest in themselves.
Okay, so here's why I created the Business Strategy Summit. So
yes.
In my years of experience, and just so to give people a little context, I straddle the corporate space as well as the entrepreneurial space. So in the corporate world, I'm a strategic project manager, management consultant. I develop strategy and run projects, for large organizations. And on the entrepreneurial side, I do the same thing, but for small businesses and entrepreneurs. So what I found consistently is, if a corporation, if they don't have the right people, the right process, the right tool, and the right determination, they don't do very well with execution. Same thing with entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs have such a disadvantage in that they don't have the resources like a corporation can hire different people. And so they have it. So as entrepreneurs and small businesses, what I've found is a lot of time they are lacking a few things in their toolkit, and it prevents them from moving into a space that would make them so ultra successful. So as I thought about it, and I continued working with entrepreneurs and small businesses over the years, I've started to plug some of those resources that they needed. Like I launched a digital agency. I would partner with people to write the marketing pieces, and then, just garner people that really embrace the value that I have, so that my clients are getting the same experience. And so when I thought about doing the summits, I thought about building a toolkit.
Yes, so I love that.
With this summit, we have a ultra toolkit.
Yes.
And so I feel really good about that. So the Business Summit, I kicked it off in New York in 2019.
Nice.
And then, waiting, we went on lockdown, and I was planning on doing it again because it was face-to-face. Okay. And then this year I said, okay, I'm going to do it in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area because that's where I'm from. Right. Then there started to be these little conversations about lockdown. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Virtual.
Yes.
So that's why we did it virtual. So that's,
well, first of all, let me celebrate you on having the vision to actually put this together. Number one. Number two, being concerned about us small business owners, because you're right. A lot of us come from corporate. And here's the funny thing: as business owners, small business owners, we forget that when we start our business, we talked about this yesterday. When we start our business, we normally have this great idea. I jokingly say, we start over chicken wings and tequila and whatever. And then I make it funny, but it's serious. But here's the thing. When we come from corporate, we forget that all the things that we need in corporate, there's already a marketing team established. There's already a sales team established. There's already a finance team established. There's already somebody doing accounts payable, billing. Somebody's collecting the cash, like me. Somebody who there's an attorney who's managing contracts. So all of those departments now become, if you're a solopreneur or a small business owner, you are all of those departments. And sometimes you don't know how to do all those things. We talked about this, I think, the other day, when I said, none of us knows what all of us knows. And so, first of all, thank you for having the vision to see that we need to learn from all of these different people, that, being a successful small business owner requires, sales and marketing and project management and billing and receivables and tracking and so forth and so on. And here's the thing: when you first start out in your business, you have one set of knowledge, skills, and abilities, and then as you grow, you realize, man, I don't know how to do certain things, or if I want to get better at this, who can teach me? So that's why, I'm excited to be a part of this, because I'm excited to see that collectively, this entire team of speakers that are going to be a part of this, we are going to bring our collective knowledge, skills, and abilities to the small business community and say, listen, we want you to be successful, because here's the thing. Small business owners go out of business, at a rapid rate, unfortunately, because they don't have the knowledge, the skills, the abilities. They don't have a summit like this. They don't have access to sales and marketing and project management and all the things. A lot of them don't know that there's help, there's assistance available to them. A lot of times they're too nervous to say it, because it's like, well, I started a business. You kind of want to pop your collar and go, yeah, I started a business. You're like, okay, yeah, great, but you don't know everything. You don't know everything, but especially if you come from corporate, everything that you have to do as a small business owner, corporations already have all those departments established. You now have to learn how to do all those things. You may not learn how to do them all at the same time, but you do have to learn them. And if you don't know them, that's why the Business Strategy Summit exists, so that you can come and learn this and then connect with the people who are further along, who have lots of years of experience and are willing to teach you what you need to know so you can be successful to close out 2023, and to go into 2024 with huge success.
Right, and you said quite a bit there that is so accurate, because you're moving into 2024. Mm-hmm. Have you done an assessment for 2023 to see where you are, mm-hmm. and where do you need to improve? And at this point, that is what business owners should be doing. They should be looking at their goals for 2024. Yes. Do their due diligence, say, what can I do better? And most entrepreneurs try to manage their social media themselves, plus run the business. Yeah. And I found when I tried to do that, I spent so much time on social media trying to respond to it that I wasn't running the business of my business. Right. And so we get caught up in, we can do it, but how much time are we spending actually doing the business of our business when we're doing all the other things that are not our main, I would say, gift? We're not subject mm-hmm. matter experts, but we can do it to get by. And so this summit is going to start off with, and let's talk a little bit about the speakers, if you don't mind.
Please,
so
absolutely.
It's going to start off with, okay, so your strategy. Mm-hmm. How do you, if someone doesn't have a business, how do you set it up? How do you get started? How do you design your brand? How do you get your brand messages put together? All that strategy and branding, we're going to go through up front, and we're going to talk about your vision, how to create that if you already have it, how you make sure that vision is aligned with your personal vision. Because what I found is a lot of entrepreneurs, they follow what other entrepreneurs do, mm-hmm. and just so they see success over there, and it doesn't align with their personal goals. So they get misaligned and they get confused, and they're just, it's just hard. So what I teach people to do is be authentic. Mm-hmm. You can launch 2 restaurants selling the same food. Mm-hmm. But what makes you authentic is, if you're Trinidadian, you sell Trinidadian food. Right. If you're Jamaican, you sell Jamaican food. You're selling what you're good at and what people will come to you for as a specialty. So it's the same thing when you're doing any kind of business that you're branding. Don't look at the other guy. Look mm-hmm. at where your gift is and your authenticity. So we dig down into that. So then mm-hmm. after we go through that, and we go your vision, your goals, and we set up your project plan as to how to move forward and how long it will take and what your deliverables are and all that project management stuff, right? Then we start looking at Zach, and you've met Zach, right?
Yes,
witty,
absolutely.
Amazing guy that really puts his messaging together, and he teaches mm-hmm. us how to send messages, how to develop messages for products and services that mm-hmm. will actually convert. And so Zach will talk through that. And then we have Chris coming in with the digital side of it, the digital mm-hmm. agency, the website, mm-hmm. and all the assets that you need to be online digitally. And then we have Velton, who does the whole sales pitch. Velton is a whiz on that. So absolutely. He's taught me so much already just in these last few weeks. Mm-hmm. And you really, really appreciate him. And he will come on and he will do that. Yep. And then after that, we have Sudipta, who's going mm-hmm. to show us the way how to execute all that with technology so that it streamlines. And you can you can just schedule things and just let it just run for you on a CRM, customer relationship management tool, and show you really how to maximize that inexpensively.
Yes.
And efficiently, which is what we as entrepreneurs that have problem with. We try to do HubSpot, we try to do all these other CRMs. It is so pricey, but we found a way to kind of give entrepreneurs and small businesses a leg up. And then there comes Dee.
Hey, I know that name. Wait a minute, I know that name. Hold on, who is she? Wait a minute, what's she doing here?
And Dee just comes in and she says, "Wait a minute. Your sale is not finished until you've collect the cash. So let's draw back here for a moment." And then she just lays it on, and I love it. So that's what we have on the main stage. And after that, then we have a panel discussion with all the people on the main stage. People ask questions and they get their questions answered.
Yeah.
And then
let me pause you right there, Jen, and say thank you. I actually want to acknowledge the people that are watching. So first of all, thank you all. The people that are watching, thank you for checking us out. And what you're doing is do me a favor, put in the comment your name and where you're watching us from, because I would love to be able to shout you out. So that's the first thing. Secondly, Janet, thank you so much for highlighting all of the speakers, including me. And I'll just say upfront, it's a privilege, and I'm excited to be a part of this, because here's the thing: my part of business is the non-sexy part. Everything you described earlier, the CRMs and the HubSpots and the social media and all the things, it's super sexy. I collect money. People are like, that is not sexy, but this is, like I said before, when people owe you money, to me, it's very sexy, because I want to help you I want to make sure you get your coins. I want to make sure you have here's the thing, because you can't purchase the CRM or the social media or coaching or anything else, because if you've got invoices that, especially if you deal in corporate, if you have got corporate clients or you've got government clients or government contractors, if you've got money that's owed to you either in net 30, which means it's 30 days past when it was due, 60 or 90 days, when your money is tied up and it's not coming in as scheduled, that's a problem. And so you have to have tracking systems to know, how many clients do you have, how much money is owed to you, when is it due, and then what's your plan when the payment doesn't hit the bank account? Like, how are you going to get on the phone? Are you going to get a Zoom call? What are you going to do that? And so at the summit, I'm going to give you the 5 tips. But one of the things I'll talk to you about really briefly here is a tracking system. Make sure we're good. So the tracking system. One of the things that's really important that I teach it this way. I'll do what I'll do. I'll give you a short story, which is a cell phone story. Everybody who has a cell phone, whether you're team iPhone or team Android, the way you track your sales is like this. So when you bought your cell phone, it happened like this. You went into a store and then, hey, welcome to whatever phone store it is. What brings you in today? And you're like, man, my phone isn't working. This button isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Whatever the issue is, the person takes your driver's license. They confirm that you are who you say you are, confirm your account, your date of birth, and some other things, those factors. And then they'll say, did you know you were eligible for an upgrade? You're like, I didn't come in here to buy a new phone. I just want to get my button fixed so I can go about my way. But the phone company, the salesperson is like, well, let me sell this. Let me plant the seed of you could be eligible for an upgrade. So they're like, while they're trying to figure out your phone issue, they'll suggest to you, why don't you take a walk around the store and see if you want a new phone? You're like, man, I just came in here for 30 seconds or less. I just came to get my thing fixed and out the door. Before you know it. So the cell phone story is to teach you how to track your invoices. So in business, there's usually a sale. Then with the phone, there's a sale. Then you're entered into a new contract. They take your old phone and then they transfer it to a new contract, and they ask you, okay, they'll give you a credit. They give you some kind of incentive to take you from the old phone to the new phone and put you into a contract. So then you've got that. Then there's a sale, there's a contract, then there's order entry, which is basically all the information about the new phone is entered into your account. Then it's order fulfillment. On the back of the phone, there's a barcode which is scanned, and all the information about that phone is scanned and put out onto your new account. So what happened? It was a sale, there's a new contract, there's order entry, there's order fulfillment. Hey Janet, yes Dee, when would you like your bill, which is accounts payable? The phone company is going to bill you. You say, I pay my bills on whatever date of the month. So they put into the account the date they're going to bill you and then the date your payment is due. Accounts receivable, aka collect the cash. There's a person that's sitting inside of all of the phone companies that's collecting all the accounts, because they've got on whatever day of the week it is, they have a list of all the accounts that are due and the money that's due. And so there's a person that's collecting all this cash. So after all that happens, before you can leave the store, you actually have to do what's called payments. You have to. They're going to walk you over to the register and they're going to ask you, how are you going to pay for this? Cash, credit, debit. you're going to walk over there. First of all, you're going to sign the contract and you're accepting the terms and conditions because you've got the new phone, the new payment, the bill date, etc. And then you're going to walk over to the register and they're going to ask you debit, credit, or cash. You're going to do one of those three things, and then the person's going to say, I'm going to take your cash or swipe your card, and these two magical words appear: transaction approved. You don't get to leave that store until everything I just described happens before you walk out the store with your new phone. The reason I talk about the cell phone story, I use the cell phone as a story and as an example, is because number one, everybody has one, but number two, whether you're a product-based business or a service-based business, you know that in order for your things to happen, there is a sale, there is a contract if you do it right. There's order entry, there's order fulfillment. You're putting information into a system. You have to know when you're going to bill people, when you're going to get paid. And I jokingly say there's a section called notes, but I also say, hey, like unlike the businesses, the cell phone people have a fabulous button. You keep using their services and don't pay for it. They got this magic button. They will like, the number you have reached has been temporarily disconnected. You're like, what happened? You're like, yeah, you didn't pay your bill.
Yeah, and you make a good point there, and I think we talked about it yesterday a little bit too, is that as entrepreneurs, sometimes we feel bad about cutting our customers off because we've built this relationship and we're kind. But we're in business to make money, to really pay our own bills. And so sometimes we have to make some hard decisions. And even though what you do is not sexy, it's a necessary part of staying alive, so being sustainable in business.
Hold that thought. We're about to have one more person join us. Here we go. Add to the stage. Here he is. There he is. The man of the vision. Hey, what's up, Nelson? How are you, sir?
Well, hello there, ladies. Hello. How are you today?
Welcome.
All right, Janet and the cash lady. Dee, I'm a little concerned.
Why?
Because we've been friends for many years, and I've known you, love you. I mean, we've been in down the road together. But this new generation, they got this phrase that says "get the bag," and I don't want them to call you the bag lady.
I don't want them to call me the bag lady either. Because that's an old school song. That doesn't fit with me. That doesn't fit with my brand.
That's a good one.
Listen, that will mess up my brand, my name, all the things.
That's what I mean. I mean, get the cash is right up your alley, but the bag.
Hey. Well, first of all, I'm so glad you were able to. Thank you for letting me know you were backstage. Glad you're here. Glad to of course, we've been friends for a long time, and it's been great to obviously to connect, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. Jen and I were talking about the summit, why she created it, why we're here. She's actually ran down all the things, but now you get to tell the great people about why you are here and why you are the master of sales, and why we really need to sit up all the way straight up in our chairs and pay attention. When you start speaking, it's like E.F. Hutton. When you speak, we need to be taking some notes and implement. Please help us.
I appreciate the compliment. It's amazing because some people, and especially people who really don't understand it, they're CEOs of their company. Yes. They've got this great idea. They've got this vision. They've got this mission that they're on. And they say they're afraid to sell.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you're a CEO of your company, I'm going to let you in a little secret. Nobody can sell your vision better than you.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Nobody can sell your vision better than you.
Absolutely.
And we're all born salespeople.
Yep.
We were born a salesperson. It's just that you have not initiated, or like in a car, you haven't turned on the ignition to this talent that you have. What do I mean by that? When you were a child, for you to get fed by your mother, your father, or your family member, there was a sales process there. Now it started with screaming, but you were selling them on the idea that you were hungry and somebody needed to take care of your need. That's
for sure.
Many of us have spouses or significant others. Now, come on now. You had to sell the product before you
Which was you.
Exactly.
Which was you.
So you were selling. Now, this is a PG-rated show. I don't know what you were selling, but you were selling.
Right. And I'm going to hurt you. I see you wearing Omega Psi Phi. Talk about master selling. You are branding. You are selling that you are a part of this fraternity, Omega Psi Phi. But I promise you, 43 years. And I promise you, they had a whole selling process about why you should join them opposed to all the other
absolutely.
And you said yes. Because listen, their branding was on point. Those colors worked for you. I'm just messing with you, but
no, absolutely. But you're absolutely correct. Everything begins with sales, and the real part of sales is not the product.
Right.
Now, here's what I'm going to let you in. I'm going to drop this one on you. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. Ooh, did I say that? Price is only an issue in the absence of value. You never go into a situation talking about how much it costs. You always go into a situation, first of all, understanding what somebody needs. Now, if I'm only spending $5, it's what I want. Maybe $10 is what I want. But if it's $5,000 or $10,000, it's not about what I want. I want a Mercedes, but I will drive something else.
Right.
It's what I need. So when it basically boils down to the fact that I'm spending $10,000, there has to be a need there. I need this. So I've got to see the value in what it is you're presenting to me. And I have to determine in my mind, oh man, that's a lot of money. I need that.
Right.
Not that I want it. I need that. I got to have that. And now that I have to have it, it doesn't matter what it costs. If you see people driving Bentleys got 4 wheels, a steering wheel, a brake, and a gas pedal, just like every other car in the world.
Right.
But they didn't want the other car. They needed a Bentley because it fed their ego. It made them feel good about themselves. They saw the value in feeling better about themselves. So they stroked a check for $250K to get that.
True.
So that's what it's all about.
Excuse me. I'm glad you said that, because here's the thing for our audience and for the people that are going to be attending the summit. One of the things that all of us here are entrepreneurs, and all of us here are business owners. And one of the things that Janet asked this question often, and I think it's a great question. She's like, why should you continue to invest in yourself? You continue to invest in yourself because you want to get better. When you first start your business, I'm joking about this, but you first start your business, you have this idea and you start it, and then you realize, wow, especially if you come out of corporate, and we were just talking about this, how all the departments are already established. The companies have already sold the product or service. They already landed the contract. They've already done the marketing. They've already got everything. You, as the new business owner or seasoned business owner, you still have to learn all those things. And if your pride makes you think, oh, I just got this, it's like, no, I promise you don't. And here's the best thing you can do. You can click the link that's at the banner that's floating around. You can click that link and join us at the Business Strategy Summit and learn from the people who have been in the trenches, who have excelled in their lane of genius, and come get this knowledge. Because here's the thing: we all of us that are on this summit, we are all committed to your success as a business owner. I'm committed to you, as Velton was joking with me about me being a bag lady. I'm not trying to be the bag lady. I'm trying to make sure you get your coins. I want to make sure you stay in business.
There you go. Get your coins. Get your coins up.
Get your coins. I want to make sure you get your coins and you have money to pay yourself, pay your staff. If you need sales training from Velton or project management training from Janet or any of the other panelists to learn all their things, you need money to be able to do that. And the only way you're going to grow as an entrepreneur and as a person is you have to invest in yourself and invest in your business. And so here's an opportunity for you to come and learn from us, and then grow, and then basically take the information out of the notebook, is to come up with a plan, and then decide to execute it. And then execute it, and then rinse and repeat. And then you'll keep doing that until you realize, okay, I've hit the next bump in the road. I'm like, ooh, I need some more knowledge, skills, and abilities. Who has that? Well, Janice has created this phenomenal team of people who will be able to hit everything that you don't know how to do in business. One of us has a key to the puzzle that will help you move forward. And we want to see you, finish 2023 strong and plan for a successful 2024. I'm sorry, I got a hype because I was talking faster than normal.
But wait a minute. But wait a minute here. Now we haven't talked about the 4 VIPs, which is the bonus here. So in addition to the 6 subject matter expert that we have talked about, we have 4 subject matter experts that are super entrepreneurs, and I just want to share with them a little bit. We have Ali Medawi, and Ali owns 13 companies.
Wow.
Right? He is a superstar in terms of entrepreneur, and he's a Fortune 100 guy, and he's on our stage, right? And so he's gonna talk about how to stand out in the crowd. So we talked about the restaurants before and how restaurants, they stand in their brand. So how do you stand out in the crowd? How do you make a difference so that people see you over all the other businesses that are like yours? How do you connect with your ideal client? So he's going to walk down that path with you. Right. We have Dr. Anthony. Dr. Anthony talks about financial health and how to really destroy debt and leave a legacy. And he ties that to your own physical health, how important it is to be aligned with those things. So he's the guy for that. And then we have Dr. Oxel, and she is a psychologist. She's going to talk about high potential folks. And she's worked with organizations like Facebook just to teach them to do these things. And she's on our stage to talk to small business and entrepreneurs and teach us how to think about being a high potential and what the things that we need to do to be able to really be resilient and really get through as a successful entrepreneur. So she's going to do that. And then we have Dr. Stan, who is the breakthrough facilitator. And so he's been doing this for years. He's talked on world stages, and he's the guy that's just going to teach you how to break through anything that's holding you back. And not to make excuses, he's going to talk through all those things. Now, I want to say that we have 6 people out of the 10 people that are pretty much on the stage with Les Brown. So these are just not entrepreneurs that are speaking. They are high profile keynote speakers. And we have 6 of them available to us on our stage out of the 10. So that's amazing. But I just also want to say that this summit, even though it's virtual, you're going to be able to network. Yes. So the summit starts at 9:00, but we're going to open up the doors to those that come in early, just like you do a normal summit. You go in early to network to see who's there. Yeah. So we're going to program it so that when you get in there, you can already move around and network until we're ready to start at 9. And so that's going to happen both mornings of the summit. It's a 2-day summit. And you're going to be able to have panel discussions with the speakers after they've finished with their group session. And you're going to be able to just mix and learn from the best. And so I always say, we only have powerhouse speakers on our summit. And this one is certainly true as well. So I just want to encourage everyone, the first 100 people that sign up. Velton, you want to tell them what's going to happen to the first 100 people? What are they going to get? CPAs, 3 in January. We're going to have 3 CPAs in an event that we're going to have. And the first 100 are going to get a seat at the table.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nice. I'm listening to you ladies, and there's one thing that I want to make sure that everybody understands, because we all have, Dee talked about investing. And a lot of people, when it comes to investing, kind of get the alligator arms, I guess is the best way to put it. They got the deep pockets with the alligator arms, and they can't reach down there to get their credit card or their money out. Yeah. But here's the key. Yep. And I want you guys to write this down. To be successful, you have to invest in yourself at the level in which you expect results.
Absolutely.
Invest in yourself at the level in which you expect results. If you only expect minimal results, then make a minimal investment. If you expect big results, sometimes it's going to require a big investment. Now, here's the thing that's coming up. You know, we're ending 2023. We're getting ready to go into 2024. Mm-hmm. And the same thing happens at the beginning of every year. Think about this.
Yep.
Everybody's going to have a better year this year than they had last year. So when people get to January 1st of 2024, they're going to say, man, this is my year. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all of these things. Mm-hmm. And gym registrations and memberships go through the roof.
Yep.
And about 90 days in,
or less,
or less, sometimes maybe a week, or maybe one visit, the gym memberships start to dwindle because people are not committed.
Exactly.
But here's the magic that I hope most of these entrepreneurs understand. Before I invest in a gym membership, and I do need to invest in a gym membership. You can keep your comments to yourself. But anyway.
We all do. We're good. Yep.
What do you do to exercise the most powerful muscle in your body? Because it's not your arm, it's not your leg, it's not your shoulders, it's not your quads, it's not your abs, it's your brain.
Right.
The most powerful muscle in the human body is the brain. And we don't do it justice from an exercise standpoint unless we attend workshops, we attend seminars, we take classes, we go to summits to give us the energy, the power, and the knowledge necessary to go from, as Jim Collins said, good to great. So my challenge to each and every one of you is to ask yourself, don't do it for Velton, don't do it for Dee, don't do it for Janet. Ask yourself, am I worth the investment to get better at what I'm doing so that I can get better at helping other people?
Absolutely.
And if the answer to that is yes, we want to see you.
Exactly.
So now I want to make a plug right now because our summit is on November 14th to 15th. It's just a few days away. So I'm encouraging everyone to kind of jump on the ball. Let's get going. Let's get moving. And let's see how we can work together as a community, because once you attend the summit, we're not finished with you. We have designed a community to be around you. And so everybody, that's part of what you get for signing up. You get access to a free community that we can continue to respond to your needs and guide you through the process. So we just don't have the summit and leave you hanging. No, we have designed a community to mentor and to bring you along. So don't delay.
So on that note, I'm going to say thank you all for coming and checking us out. Janet, thank you so much for this. Velton, thank you so much for this. And I'm Dee Bowden. Please join us on November 14th and 15th for Business Strategy Summit. The link is scrolling across the bottom right there. Click the link and we will see you then. I'm going to say good night and we'll talk soon. Take care, y'all.
Peace and happiness.
Bye.